Welcome back, fans of all things Disney. I posted a couple of videos yesterday, so as you are all very well aware, I am just back from a shopping trip and also a trip to the Flower and Garden Festival. And while I was there, I was with my mom, and we got to spend a lot of time kind of talking about my personal shopping business. She learned a lot about it. She is an accountant by trade. She is a retired accountant, so she's got that math mind going. So we had a lot of great conversations about how I'm doing my personal shopping, what I'm charging, what I could potentially be charging. So it kind of brought to the forefront that maybe I need to do an updated video on my process. And I also received several emails from different people, several of you, subscribers or personal shopping customers with different ideas and things like that, which I always will welcome. I would love to make this the best personal shopping service that I can for you, for any of the customers. So before I get started, I want to put everybody's fears to rest. I am not going to raise my personal shopping fee. That's not going to happen. The $10 per shopping trip is something that I am going to maintain. Hello, Iris. Good morning. But I do want to kind of walk you through a couple of the things so that I'm fully transparent with everybody and you understand what my process is. So if you've seen the previous process video, you know kind of what we do here, right? You send me an email, you let me know, you let me know what you want me to get for you, either at the Character Warehouse, or I can certainly do park pickups. I'm going anyway, so if you have an item or two that you are interested in, you can just let me know that, as long as it's not a pass holder exclusive item or a Disney Vacation Club item. Those things that you have to be a member of those organizations to be able to get those merchandise, that type of merchandise, then, I have no problem getting something for you. You just have to let me know. After you have sent me the email with what you want, then I go shopping to see what I can find. Sometimes, especially if it's Character Warehouse, they don't have it anymore. They don't have it in your size. So I wait and see what I can find for you. Now, I did have a question from a personal shopping customer. I believe it was this morning. Might have been late last night. I was up quite late last night doing orders. But asking, if she had to pay for the personal shopping if I didn't find anything for her this week. And I want to let all of you know, if I don't find at least one item off of your list, I don't charge the personal shopping fee. I don't think that's fair. That's not the shopper that I want to be. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. So in that particular case, she had asked for some t-shirts or shirts or something like that. I have to take a look at the list because, wow, there's a lot of you now. But I couldn't find them in the sizes that were required. So that made it difficult. That made it the kind of thing that, she just wouldn't get charged. She wasn't getting any merchandise this week. So I looked, there was nothing. She's good to go. There would not be an invoice for her. So once I find the merchandise that you've requested, or like some of the other little pickups, what I try to do is I'll send an email letting you know what I was able to get for you, and asking, do you want me to ship or do you want me to hold? I can't finish an invoice if I don't know if I'm supposed to be calculating shipping. So I try to send that email at least the day or the day after that I do the shopping, so you can always be on the lookout for that. But I can't complete the invoice until you answer that question. And I try to keep everybody on the same page. If all the invoices are finished at the same time and all the money is deposited into PayPal for shipping and things like that, come on, sweetie, what are you doing? So if everything gets deposited as it's supposed to be, then I can just go ahead and ship everything all at once. I don't have multiple trips to the post office, which is ideal. Iris, honey, here, take Rudolph. Go over there. Go get him. And back she is. Okay. So, so that's kind of the process there. Now, once I know if you want to hold or if you want to ship, I can complete your invoice. I send those via PayPal, and I'm using PayPal exclusively just because it seems to be the easiest thing for people and probably the most secure way to make the transaction. So for the funds to transfer. So once I know if you're holding, then I make sure everything, all these bins behind me are people's merchandise, things that have been paid for and they are waiting to be shipped. Just waiting to be shipped. You just have to tell me when, and then I will put everything together and then we will ship it. But I have well over 60 personal shopping customers now, so that is not going to cut it. I'm realizing that. So I have a big TV stand that I put all of your items in. If you're not in one of these bins and you're in a stop. Then you're in a Disney bag, one of the bags, or if the items are really, really big, then they're in another separate bin, and I kind of tuck them behind the doors of that TV stand just to make sure that everything is secure so that it doesn't accidentally get misplaced. It doesn't, you know, get picked up by one of the dogs. Oh my gosh, that would be terrible. But I do keep everything secure while I am holding those things. And then of course we have an extra bedroom here at the house, which I have also had to start kind of moving some of the basic supplies into. So my personal shopping business has blown up, and that's wonderful, but unexpected, right? So I've had to kind of develop a couple of processes and procedures along the way. So once I know hold or ship, as far as ship goes, then we start to box everything. I bought a postage scale so I can estimate on USPS.com. They have a quick postage calculator. I try to get as close to it as possible, but please understand, with your shipping charges, I had to pay for the boxes unless I'm using the flat rate boxes. I also put in the little crinkly white paper because I really want this to be a fun experience for you when you get your gift. And from what I'm understanding from people that have received them, they love the white crinkled paper. And then I do hand punched Mickey head confetti that is kind of like color themed for any holiday that might happen to be going on. So March boxes will get, you know, the green and the yellow confetti for St. Patrick's Day. So, that's kind of our process, you know, our basic process. This is what I have been asked to consider. And again, I'm not raising my shopping fee, but I want full transparency. I want to share with you. So between my mother, who is a math mind and an accountant by trade, used to run a small business, and my really dear friend, who is a math teacher, and she just works with numbers, loves everything about numbers. I have been encouraged, strongly encouraged, to consider increasing the shopping fee or increasing the cost of the merchandise that I am reselling to you all. Because, for example, I came home yesterday with $1,200 worth of merchandise, my cost, so from the outlet, which is at least 50% off. And given all the number of Pandora charms I brought home, that was probably about $5,000 worth of merchandise. I met a wonderful woman who has a Facebook group, and she purchases things at the outlet, and then she increases the price, and then people just kind of shop within her Facebook group. And she welcomed me into the group, which I'm so grateful for because I'm able to see some of the fun things that she gets. And I was able to see the prices that she's charging for them. So like a $50 item that's dropped to $25, she might charge $38 for. And I got to see how fast that merchandise moves. Like she posted Dooney and Burke bags and they were gone. Absolutely gone within minutes in that Facebook group. So I chose not to kind of do a rough tally on what I might have purchased if I was doing something like that, because I think it might have swayed me in that direction. And I'll be completely honest. I am not personal shopping because I want to make $1 million. I am not personal shopping because I want to quit my job. I am not personal shopping because I want to, you know, make all of this money by having a store. I don't really want a store, an online store. I'm personal shopping for a few very basic reasons. Number one, I love to shop. Number two, I wanted a little bit of a part-time job. Iris. So I could bring a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of extra money into the household. And number 3, I remember what it was like when I lived in New York and I saw a video and I just wanted a couple of items from the Character Warehouse, and I would go and I would look at Personal Shoppers and try to see how much I would have to spend in order to get those things, and then I decided to kind of walk away from that because I don't know if it made it worth it. So my goal is to help you find the items that you want. That's my goal. I want you to be happy with the merchandise that you're getting. So my $10 shopping fee stays the same. I am not making any changes whatsoever to my overall fees or any of those charges. Standing in line for those Orange Bird sippers the other day, you know, that was a really good example of, you know, well, maybe you should increase the price on those because of the amount of time that you had to wait for those Orange Bird sippers. And I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And in reality, knowing that I made somebody's day, which I did, getting those Orange Bird sippers, knowing that somebody is just going to be thrilled with the item, makes it all worth it for me. All worth it for me. My $10 shopping charge with the number of you that I have is good. Like, I'm fine with it. What I am going to ask you all to consider is this, though, because I have quite a bit of pressure on me to consider maybe changing my overall structure. I always add in the ability for you to leave a tip. If you are really happy with the service, if you are really happy with the merchandise that you've received, if you're looking at it and you realize that you just saved $200 on your order, and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that's an awesome savings, and you want to take a little bit of that and throw it at me for tip, I would be very appreciative of that. Tips are optional, completely optional. If I maintain the $10 shopping charge, that covers my costs, and I'm good. But if you are pleased with my shopping service, if you value the time and effort that I am putting into your personal shopping, your individual personal shopping, and you feel that a tip is appropriate, please don't hesitate, because it will certainly be appreciated. And I can always use that to kind of fend off my more math-minded people and say, well, you know, I don't really charge much for shopping, but look at the tips that I get. So it is completely up to you. It always will be completely up to you. I'm not going to say that I don't make mistakes. I'm not going to say that I don't overlook certain things. So another thing that I kind of learned in this whole process is that I have to have, you know, a basic procedure, which I now have. You know, I've got a nice little process and a calendar of like what I'm doing and all of that. But emails, like my email goes crazy whenever Liz Liddon posts a video. Whenever she posts a video. And I love Liz. I'm subscribed to Liz. I love watching her videos. But I'll see that she posts a Character Warehouse video. I'm like, oh, here we go. And my email blows up. And I say that jokingly because it's a great problem to have, right? But if you send me an email and you do not get a response within 48 hours, please send me another email on that exact same thread, because there's a strong likelihood that somehow your email just got buried. And please don't take offense at that, but I've gone to getting from, you know, a couple a day to well over, you know, 100 different emails in a day. Same people, but just, hey, I'd like to add this, I'd like to add that. So while you're emailing, also please keep it on the same thread. So if you send me one email, just keep it right on that exact same email thread, because otherwise it's very easy for that to kind of get lost in the shuffle, and then I can't find the pictures of things that you want when I'm in the store, and it makes it that much more difficult. So I think that I did as best of an update as I possibly can. I did want to put those fears to rest. $10 shopping charge, I'm good to go. If you have other questions about personal shopping, please don't hesitate to put a comment below or send me a quick email. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And I'm just so appreciative for the patience that you all have had with me as I have tried to work my way into this growing personal shopping business. So Until our next video, bye-bye.